Späti. It is me, Ciarán. I'm joined by Nick.
Hello.
And today we are talking about news. Things happening, current
Boo.
events, because we just recorded a bonus episode where that was the intention, and
It didn't
we
happen.
talked about a giant.
And how the giant is an allegory for everything.
Yeah, that episode isn't out yet, but that's what you're looking forward to. Just the giant. Like, Gabbo is coming. The giant is coming. Giant. Oh my god. Okay, what do I want to start with? I want to start with a little bit of a moose boosh for you there, Nick. Don't mind.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah. So, the future of the French far right by court order, Jordan Bardella, now that Jean-Marie Le Pen has been neutered, basically. Not Jean-Marie, who am I thinking of? Marine Le Pen.
Marine Le Pen, yeah, let's say, like...
Yeah. Marine Le Pen has been neutered by...
Death.
Yeah. The grave. Jordan Bardella, who's the future of the far right by court mandate, is in a relationship as a young man. And who he's in a relationship with has caught my eye, to say the least. Okay, because you know I love this shit. So he is currently dating a one Maria Carolina de Bourbon des Deux Sicilies, which is Maria Carolina of the Bourbons of the Two Sicilies, but you know, en français. This is a stray royal. One of Ciarán's favorite.
Oh no! So you've deep dove once more into freak royals. Here we are again, round 7 of this or whatever.
Yeah, because Nick, if you remember, so she's in like from the Two Sicilies. It's a mix, all right. She's like it's a Franco-Italian royal line, right? Because it's one of the Bourbons, obviously. So there you go. And then it's of the Two Sicilies, which is, you know, the south of Italy. And I got very interested because we've talked about the Italian royals before. And like and there's like the two fighting branches. We had a pizza truck guy and like his groomed daughter who he was trying to get to take over the throne that doesn't exist. And like his dad who shot and killed a German tourist in like Sardinia. And then they had like this like irreconcilable beef with the Italian royals who now live and work in Russia, who run a tire company. And like they hate each other. So I was very excited to find this is from neither of those families. And a third Italian
There's
royal
a secret
family.
special third Italian royal family.
Secret third Italian royal family. So this is the child of Prince Carlo, Duke of Castro. Kind of a cool name. Yeah, he's the only son of Prince Ferdinand, Duke of Castro. Who's like claimant to the house of the Two Sicilies, just like not a thing. It's just like, you know, it's just a royal family that basically has no purchase other than the fact that Prince Carlo here did marry a very, very wealthy Italian woman, a Camillo Crociani. It'd be Crociani. Sorry, I'm remembering how Italian works. An Italian billionaire, and he married her daughter, Camilla. So there was Camillo and Camilla Crociani. And then his second wife was an Italian actress called Eddie Vessel. So yeah, he just made lots of money and dated very beautiful women by taking those beautiful women's money, basically, who were far more successful than him, and has thus made an incredibly rich daughter. I want to give you the vibes of this woman, because
I'm already deep in research, Ciarán.
Oh yeah, okay.
I am so confused of maybe I'm on the wrong account, but she looks like she's like 20 and 60 at the same time.
There is something kind of like, do you know what it is? It's young person who's had their fashion and style choices made by an old person.
Yeah.
Like it's because I'm particularly thinking of, I'm going to send it to you now in Telegram. Like, this image is the one that comes up first when you like Google her name, and it's all very like,
it really is like phoned in royal family.
Yeah, this is like this is like
this is someone that then went to a photo studio and was like, I want you to make me look like a princess.
Yeah, I was also like, in my mind there was like, okay, kind of villainous character from one of the Netflix movies that I get everyone on this podcast to watch.
Yeah. This has Christmas Wish, not Christmas. What are the fucking? What's the fake
Christmas
ass
Prince?
Christmas Prince. Christmas Wish is a different movie. That's a Lindsay Lohan movie, a gem. This has what's their fake ass country of like Andorra, Aldovia. Thank you.
Either that, or I think the other vibe I was getting from it of just like daughter of a family from like rural Georgia that made their money via horses.
Yeah, there's a very southern vibe to her.
Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna make you look like a princess, even though we live in like a republic or whatever.
Yeah, she's like a pageant kid.
Yeah. So yeah. So the relationship between, I'm reading from Politico.eu, my favorite news source ever. The relationship between Bardella and Maria Carolina, blah, 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 an aristocratic socialite and influencer, has become a political liability for a party that has long cast itself as the voice of ordinary French voters against the rich and powerful. Most troubling for Bardella's supporters, the relationship has contributed to his first on-camera stumble in months, a rare misstep for leaders known for his media discipline and tightly controlled public persona. The risk became visible in early June when Bardella was filmed at the Monaco Grand Prix, sipping drinks and laughing with VIP guests alongside his girlfriend, while France was reeling from the rape and murder of an 11-year-old girl. What? Politico! Oh my god. Anyway, I don't think any of the what you call it, National Rally voters are actually going to have a problem with this for the like at all. The kind of like ordinary French person behind, like the ordinary working person kind of like illusion that these various right-wing populist parties make is never fully adhered to, right? Like Trump is the ultimate example.
No. I mean, it is the thing of, it's like right-wing parties are all a scam. You know? Like it is parties for stupid people, and I don't think this will be a problem in any way whatsoever. That just seems like a reality TV show at this point.
Yeah, and I think even like with the kind of, I see myself, there's always that kind of like aspirational hustle kind of thing, especially like the younger men kind of voters of these kind of parties.
Yeah. There's like the new version of like dullard boy posting.
Yeah, I'll marry the like princess horse girl.
Yeah, because it is like, I had a conversation with someone about this recently where it's like all these like boring like finance bros and kind of that like relationships are purely transactional for them. They just want arm candy, you know? Like they don't actually want sex. They don't want a relationship. They don't want this, they don't want that. They just want someone to like physically show that they have a relationship, you know? Like this is exactly what that is. It's the exact like it is that for dumb people. Like this is entirely like this is how like celebrities have their like fake, you know, whatever. They're like, oh, you're gonna like, you know, organize a relationship for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know?
That being said, Politico, buried at the very end here, has a wonderful quote from a wonderful source that I think captures a certain type of European that I'm going to read to you.
Gorgeous. I can't wait.
Speaking at a rally of far-right activists close to the identitarian movement, former National Rally lawmaker Jean-Yves Le Gallot, who left the party years ago, welcomed this prospect of, you know, them being in a relationship. Quote, if he's elected, the First Lady will be a direct descendant of the founder of France's royal dynasty, Charles Martel. That can only please me, he said.
These people are fucking losers.
They're little piggies.
Yeah. Oh wow. Like the fuck. Like. Whatever. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Fine. Great. That's exciting. I can't like. I'm on the edge of my seat. Wow. Oh God.
Great.
Like I think that leftists are losers sometimes, and then I hear into the mind of a right winger, and I'm like, oh no, like these people are far lamer.
It's worse. It's bad.
It's so much worse. It's so bad. And the thing that then's so terrible too is how like somehow they're really good at getting young people into their like influence. Like Front National has the same thing of like the AFD, where it's like one of every 3 young people loves this party.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is just a reminder: the kids suck. can't trust them. The Zoomers are either Nazis or they're cucked corporate kids. They're yuppies. The ones that you think that are cool online are they're not real. They're not.
They're not real.
Yeah, they're constructed by the CIA.
Yeah. Oh God damn it. I also want to just like give a kind of like quick update on the what is now kind of being like called the Flamingo Revolution. I don't necessarily like that title all that much, but the protests in Albania are still basically ongoing.
What has our boy been throwing at us? What kind of hot zingers?
So I got a lot of good information from Christina Milano's article in Jacobin called Eddie Rama Must Go. And it's a good read, and I recommend it. But some piece of information that I found kind of interesting that I did not know before. For anyone catching up, one of Jared Kushner's companies is basically buying up land in Albania, including basically Albania's only island, which is a weird thing to think about. They're a coastal Adriatic country. They only apparently have one island, which I believe is called Kazan. I think Kazan is the name of the island. And they're also buying up this area near Kazan, which is basically a swamp-like wetland that's in the coast of Albania, which is a home to flamingos. And it's traditionally it's a protected area. It's like a legally protected area because of the flamingos. Anyway, this protest has quickly turned into a kind of like straw that breaks the camel's back kind of protest, and like everyone's pissed in Albania for various reasons of the like Eddie Rama government, but this is just one that's driven people over the edge. Anyway, things that I've learned since we last talked about this. Thing number 1, on June 12th, SPAK or SPAC, the anti-corruption prosecutors in Albania, requested 20 arrest warrants and froze assets worth over 128 million euro in cocaine trafficking and money laundering probe into the landholding company tied to the resort. So, like,
cool, normal, yeah,
yeah,
sounds about right.
And I also loved a handful of like quotes from this article from Eddie Rama. which is one time when Eddie Rama reportedly told Ursula von der Leyen that he would, quote, go beyond what seems possible and even kill for the EU.
You like, it really is impressive what, just like dangling EU membership or NATO membership above a country's head will do to you. Like,
oh yeah,
whether it be Albania or Ukraine, they will sacrifice themselves for an institution that just hates them.
yeah.
Like, Eddie Rama does not. It is very funny that there are people like the Eddie Ramas, or you have this in like Georgia especially too, right? The people that then just constantly yell like, "We are European." It's like, it is the like Don Draper thing of like, I don't think about you, like,
yeah. This is like, like it's particularly tragic with Georgia of just like sustained street protest movement with like brutal like police brutality on the other end of it. And then like this is digested in Brussels as like
the most that I can do for you is try to rig an election.
Yeah,
not even like, well either. Just do the like, we're gonna give you Juan Guaido treatment.
I was gonna say like it's digested in Brussels as like a 1 hour and a half meeting. Basically like,
it's like, it's the only thing that they can ever come up with is like, well, we can just declare a different winner. Like, it's the same thing with like the Svetlana what's her name, the
it's kind of Julia was always the one who pronounces this first.
Yeah. Svetlana Tishanovskaya. It's like, the best I can do is say that you're president. Well, does it mean anything? No.
Not really. Do some talks.
Yeah.
They get paid loads for the talk. It's okay. So this is always the thing with this kind of stuff, like because, and this is why Eddie Ram is so gung ho for it. Is if he pulls it off, it's great for like him individually, in the same way that it's great for the YouTuber's wife from Belarus that I can't pronounce the name of. Because like she's done like millions of talks and she gets paid for every one of them. Like, it's a pretty cushy gig currently, so good for her. There's also last quote, and then we can move on from this topic because I love this. I love that Eddie Rama said this. There is no chance for this investment to stop as long as I am here. Thanks for saying the objective.
I am here to pour borderline illegal money into this country.
Well, it's just the thing of like, you've just told this entire like sustained and motivated protest movement, to get your goals, you have to get rid of me.
Yeah.
Can you do it? I'm very tall.
Damn, Eddie Rama should have balled instead of gotten into politics. He like, it's truly amazing of like the level of hyper arrogance of him is way too funny. Like,
oh yeah,
he's
high in his own supply.
He's high in his own supply, and it's like, you matter so little to Europe that then it's like they could, like, as I said a few weeks ago, Eddie Rama is going to be in jail by like the end of the year. Like,
yeah,
he has so many corruption charges just like surrounding him constantly. Albania is notorious for just locking people up. Another country that then's having a problem with this is what's her name? The new Moldovan president, like, may go to jail. Like, this is
what was her name again? I'm trying to see if I can remember it from all those like weird cameos that Russia paid for.
Yeah, wasn't like,
you weren't on for that episode?
No, I probably wasn't.
Maya Sandu.
That's
Sandu.
it.
Where they got like,
that's a Eurovision ass fucking name.
It is, because Moldova's very good at Eurovision.
Yeah.
You weren't on for that episode, but that whole thing where Russia basically paid a bunch of people on Cameo, including the big guy from The Office and Lindsay Lohan, to talk to their friend Maya as if she had a drinking problem, and then, which is one, a possibly dark thing that happens on Cameo where you can like, my friend has a drinking problem, I'm going to pay for Nigel Farage to console them or something. Like, I don't, what the fuck is this?
Kira, shit. You just ruined your birthday present for this year.
I spoiled it for myself. But then they just like made a news report that made it seem like Maya Sandu had all these celebrity friends, like the guy who rolls around in the chili from the American Office, and that they were all concerned about her drinking problem, and the best way to tell them was via video call, I guess.
All right. Now you really have this going through my head of that. Then it would be hilarious to get Nigel Farage to send your friend who has a porn addiction a video.
You need to stop. It's getting in the way of your daily life.
Here, my good friend Nigel Farage has some words to share with you.
Like, how does that work? It's just like
you write you write a prompt, be like, hey, here's the thing, I want you to talk to him about that.
Oh no, I get that part. I'm more meant like, hey, Ciarán, you have to come along at 7. We're going to do the intervention tonight. Cool. And as soon as my like troubled friend walks in the door, I just like turn my phone screen around to face them and start auto playing the video of fucking Lindsay Lohan talking about how they need to stop.
I'll put it up on my big TV for you.
Yeah, we'll share it on the big screen. God damn it. All right. With the last little bit of the show, we should talk about Germany. And
we really shouldn't.
I'm sorry, Nick, but you still live there. And
do I?
You don't know where I'm calling
you don't know where I'm calling from. I'm like Jesse Ventura recording from an undisclosed location.
Yeah, so there's been a bunch of like reform packages that have been kind of agreed upon between like CDU and SPD, right?
Yeah, they're pretty bad. It's also like we were talking about this earlier, of the sense of it. Germany is such an odd enigma to me, because I don't understand how then, if you're losing so much like this, both parties, the CDU and the SPD, are doing at historic lows in their popularity. Friedrich Merz is, I think the highest poll that I've seen of him recently is 15%, which is doing great. Like, to put this into consideration, like a German chancellor has normally like a third, like 30-something% approval rating is like quite normal. And Merkel was kind of always around like the 50% mark, whatever. Friedrich Merz is the most unpopular leader of state ever in this country's history, and yes, I even mean that guy.
The problem was he was popular.
Yeah, that's the also, it's the thing too of like kind of like the double whammy of this. It's like there's the Merz government that's wildly unpopular. There's Merz that's wildly unpopular, and then there's also then like on the local level of Berlin, of kind of the other state that then I feel that one of the biggest kind of catalysts for a lot of these bad positions as of late has come from this state, and the current mayoralship of Berlin is also the most unpopular local government in Berlin's history either. Yes, also that time was more popular. So there's Merz had kind of this idea of that in order to kickstart his popularity contest, which this seems to be the best way of doing so, is to then kickstart the German economic machine by cutting away at labor rights.
Yeah, so I've got DW's Deutsche Welle's
synopsis.
DW sounds like a Nickelodeon character.
It is a Nickelodeon character, isn't it? No. DW is from Arthur. Yeah.
PBS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, I mean, I think that then like the two main points that then were brought up that have gotten international attention is that then Germany has eliminated the COVID era sick leave policy, that you could be sick for 3 days before getting a doctor's note. and that they've eliminated that you can call your doctor to get a doctor's note. You have to physically go there, which is a stupid idea.
Yeah.
And then the other part of it has to do with the sense of like labor contracts and whatnot. And that's a bit more complicated. But the one that then has become like internationally known right now has been then like the sick leave thing in Germany, which is like, it doesn't seem like a big deal to people in other countries. Like, what do you mean sick note thing? This has been a system that has been in place in Germany for quite some time, and it works quite well, I would say.
Yeah, but I think let's start with the sick note thing before I go through the laundry list.
Yeah.
We can talk about the other stuff one by one, because the sick note thing is like, okay, the reform made in the pandemic makes a lot of fucking sense. Of like, you shouldn't have to get sick. Like, it's kind of similar in Ireland, I believe. After X number of days in a row where you've been out sick, it's like now you need the doctor to kind of say why you're sick. Whereas, like, the idea that like one day off warrants you going down to the doctor's office, and it's probably like people take one day off for things like cold, 2 days off for like maybe a bad flu kind of situation, and those things are like pretty communicative, like they can spread really easily. Doctor's offices are going to be a problem. The other thing that like strikes me as like someone who's dealt with this system is also like, I lived in a very built up part of Germany, for sure. There's going to be places that are more rural, little places a bit more spread out, blah, blah, blah. But I was around the corner from like several doctor's offices that at like 8 a.m. every weekday were basically just handing out sick notes like candy.
Yeah.
Kind of shit. And it's like, the idea that like Mertz is like, oh, this will really solve things, as if like that system is really being vetted to begin with. Doctors, like, there's no penalties from doctors to just hand them out willy-nilly.
No, you can't limit the amount of sick leave in this country. It's not allowed. Like, that's the thing, too, is that then the thing that then's going to end up happening is that then there'll just be a different way to then do the exact same thing. Like, the Merz government is genuinely stupid if they think that then that people are like, there's just going to be an app that appears or something of like, get your sick leave.
Yeah, it already exists. It's like Doctolib.
Yeah, now Doctolib is to get an appointment, but it'll just be like, there will be you've just created an opportunity to create another scam. Like, this was actually one of the easiest ways not to have a scam, is just leave it the way that it is. And now you're going to get like people like, I know I can still do this at my doctor too. I can call my doctor. Like, this is where it finds where I can call my doctor and just get the sense of that, can you issue me out a sick note? I will pick it up later. You know, that is a way around it too. I never like the idea that then that you could like call in. The thing that then has changed now is that then it's like you can call in beforehand, depending on if your doctor would even do this, because a lot of doctors in Germany wouldn't even do it. And then they could just generate the sick note for you and then send it automatically then to your workplace or your Krankenkasse. But I'm still going to do the same thing that then I always did. Even before COVID, I would call my doctor. I would just walk down there and pick the sick note up and then just leave. They would just like write it out for me beforehand. You never need to actually meet with a doctor in this country. Yeah. Your doctor's signature is just a stamp, you know? And if not one doctor will do it, I'll go to a different doctor.
There was one place I'm thinking of in Gesundbrunnen. It was not my regular doctor, but I did have to go there when my regular doctor was on holidays. And they just did it with the secretary. Like, the secretary did it, basically. Like,
yeah, no, exactly. They just printed it out for you. And this is the thing, is that then there's already like the method to scam this system in place is already there. It already exists. It's gonna get like, it'll be the way that then I predicted is that then it'll be like, it's not going to prevent people from going to the doctor in this country. This is a country of people that then like will use any excuse not to go to work. Going to the doctor the same day, not going to prevent that. I've done that plenty of times. And I know that other people will do the same thing as well.
Germany's pretty well serviced as far as I understand.
Yeah,
with, like,
you know, it's the sense of, it's like, this isn't gonna like, people will just like do the new, like, it's the thing of that. Then it's like they're making this less easy to do. They're, you know, attacking your right to have sick leave. You know, it doesn't like it makes it more inconvenient. But I think that the thing that then's just very funny about this country is that then, if you inconvenience Germans in a way that then gets in the way of this type of stuff, they'll just be more annoying about it. You know?
Yeah, I think this is the thing that like why so many people have latched on to this is because like it's not going to it's like definitely like transparently everyone just looks at this for 2 seconds like this is not going to accomplish any of like the supposed stated goals.
Yeah.
And it's just going to annoy people. It's not going to make them take less sick leave. It's not going to improve the economy in some way. It's just going to make people annoyed at you. And
Yeah.
that's like,
and this is the
that's
thing
it.
too, is that then because the CDU is truly the stupidest government in Europe, that then is just it's so America pilled that is just all like you see in the sense of just like, it's always just like they have a quote from just some brain dead lobby group that then is just like a leech on the CDU that's always existed there. Be like the whatever the group of business owners or whatever being like, this is really what we need. It's like, no, the thing that then Germany needs is investment in the economy. The things that then Germany needs to actually then make it, which it's no longer a global power. That's in the past. The manufacturing sector is dead here. You have no capital in this country. You can't think outside of your imagination is so non-existent that you can't do if Germany wanted to kickstart its economy, it would invest like €1 trillion into infrastructure, public infrastructure, like the trains, water supplies, things like that, in green energies. It's like literally right in front of their faces. And the CDU is like finally figuring out what neoliberalism is in 2026 and being like, let's do that. Like this is it's so like, and it's going to fall flat on its face and we're just going to get Nazism in 6 years.
Yeah, it's because we also like this is doing these reform packages are there's two big goals of the current CDU government that I would like to think that when they drafted these reform packages, they thought that they would solve one or both of these problems for them. Problem number one, which you've already alluded to, ailing German economy. German economy needs to change in the new world where China has out-Germaned the Germans.
Salute.
And yeah, things have to change, etc. Point number two, which is the AfD keep rising in the polls and we're not, right? That would be a going concern if you're the CDU government, surely. And it just doesn't feel like, particularly the sick note one, doesn't do anything for either of those problems.
It literally is the only thing that the CDU is good at is getting people to dislike them more somehow right now, which is really weird because they went from being just like the single party dictatorship of this country. And we may and I find it very odd that then in my lifetime of living in this country, I'm going to see, the second round of German fascism. It won't be nearly as expansionist and brutal, I guess, as not the first round of Nazism ones. It'll be a far more interconnected European wide, internationalist nationalist movement that we've been seeing. But it'll still be terrible in its own right, in the sense of remigration is very much on the table, even with the CDU. The sense that then the AfD's proposals to kickstart the German economy would be exactly this type of stuff. The AfD, I don't know how people that's the thing too, is that when
they've got nothing to offer.
They have not even that they have nothing to offer. It's in the sense that then it's like right-wing politics only exists to dupe you because you are stupid in their eyes. And they're just going to flood you with a bunch of fucking anti-migrant nonsense so they can deregulate the economy more. And the fact that then it's like the AfD just says it out there in the open of oh yeah, we're a libertarian party. We want hyper free market values. The CDU is not free market enough. And it's just fine. You know what? If this country, if these people, I don't have any sympathy anymore for the AfD voter like I did maybe 10 years ago, where it's okay, fine, there's problems in this country. There's a bit of an enigma around this party. If you're stupid enough to fall for this shit and to fall for all the fake statistics and their fucking, bloodletting that they want, then you need to be put into a fucking re-education facility at this point. There is no hope for in that sense because we're just going to people are going to somehow magically get just more of the CDU. You're going to get all the racism that the CDU already had, plus even more of the deregulation. And then Germany is just going to do the thing that then it did during Nazi Germany's economy, which just spiraled indefinitely until it imploded upon itself.
Yeah. Well, that and the Red Army.
No, I mean, of course, yeah, but I mean, there's a sense of it's like I think people don't like. There's always that moronic argument that people are like, oh, well, Nazi Germany, like the economy functioned. It's like weirdly enough, is one of the economies that has historically never functioned.
Yeah,
it constantly in crisis.
It was a little, yeah. I do love and like the reason you don't talk about it is because you have to imagine the absurd scenario of like, hey, I'm in Berlin in 1945, like my apartment building's got shelled by a tank, and I turn to the guy next to me like, oh, that economy though, right? Like no one was talking about it at that point.
No, yeah, of course. But it is just this thing of like, there's a hilarity even in the sense of even the liberal imagination of this being like, oh, well, like people voted for Hitler because he was going to turn the economy around. It's like hilarious thing. He never did that. Like everyone talks about VW. They made like, I think not even like 100 VW bugs.
Yeah, and I think they were able to like massage some of the numbers by like the money they got from like seized Jewish assets.
Yeah, exactly. It was an entire. I mean, like it is the purest idea then of an economy of just nonstop theft and like siphoning,
ripping making money by selling the copper wire from inside the
literally,
wire.
Yeah. And we're gonna get and that's the thing is that it's like whether it be CDU or the AFD, that is the reality of what the economy of Germany is like going towards once again. We're seeing Germany is having its wealth being siphoned once more, very much upward. The idea and the rise of the far right being very much connected to that. The only good thing about this, I guess, of late has been that in Berlin at least, Die Linke is currently at 20%, which is the largest party here. So
yeah, I think there's something there's another silver lining, which is, as we've often talked about the show, when you look at Europe as a whole, there is this like, there's basically this divide on how to handle this like new century, and the big debate of, hey, there's a new century coming, how Chinese is it? Is basically the debate that various European countries are having. And I do see countries like Spain basically come along and say like, look, this is less of an issue for us because we're happy to welcome in Chinese investment into Spain. That is the way like Adam Tooze describes the issue that's occurring, where like Germany just doesn't want to do that yet. So I do think there is a possibility that before any of that really heinous stuff happens, fingers crossed, that like the accepting Chinese investment or figuring out the economic role that Europe plays in this new world just gets like proven before some of these countries, Germany included, goes completely fucking cuckoo. Because like I think that's another thing. Like you just get the whole like, you'll get this economic model maybe like completely discredited in some capacity at some point, because you need something. You need to do fucking something. And like it's already looking like Spain is going to be the next success story in Europe in the cheap energy. They're industrialized. Like Andalusia is industrializing in a way that like Andalusia never industrialized. It was a desert full of people playing like fucking maracas.
And I mean it's the sense too of it's like all these economies need to then go back to this thing that then they haven't done for 40 years, which has been 50 years, like massive state intervention for spending. There is like, and it's also too, it's like if Europe was smart, they would open, like the European Union would be the main catalyst of public investment. Not just creating schemes of investment, like no, like actually having, a like quasi planned system for investment done at the European Union level. They do it for certain projects, particularly like developmental funds and this and that, or like partial investment from the EU and this and that. But like you can literally throw unlimited money at this shit as these countries, and the amount of investment that would go in and the amount of profit or whatever, or, just benefit that would come out of it would be at the bare minimum double. You know, it's like it's the sense of it's like, you know, even on small things, right? When they, you know, you run the numbers of like Berlin doing free museums, right? Like that is a 2-to-1 ratio of money in to money put in. You know, like for every dollar put in for culture investment in Berlin, at the minimum, euro, 2 euros is popped out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Like there's also like plenty of countries that have proven the free museum model as well.
Or free public transit or whatever it may be, you know?
And
like
also the other annoying thing is a lot of them are in the European Union.
Yeah, no, exactly. like this isn't like it's a foreign concept, you know? I mean, like it's been
I keep trying to convince every time I bring up I brought it up in the bonus episode, you can listen to that on Thursday, of like Ireland, like Dublin has a lot of tourism, right? And people in Ireland at the moment, like people I speak to on a regular basis, are really obsessed with this idea of like, oh, finally we're going to be able to pay with public transport with our like contactless, like credit card, debit card, our phone, whatever. And like that's gonna be so great. It's like, you know, what would be even better? We just did what Estonia did, where if you live in Dublin, the public transport's free and the tourists get fleeced.
Yeah.
We've got enough of them.
Exactly.
We have way more tourism than fucking Tallinn gets.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing too, is that then like the neoliberal imagination is just being stupid. It's being a moron. You can't imagine like the idea then of imagining a world past this is too extreme for you. You know, Dublin, a city that what, million people?
No.
Yeah.
Not even. Like I think it's like 1.2 million people who would like come into Dublin on a regular basis, but they're coming in from elsewhere. A lot.
Okay. That is a city that then easily could then fully subsidize local transit for its residents. You know, like that's 100%. Not, you know, surely, I mean, like, I know that these are like economies of scale sort of questions, but I mean, like Dublin in comparison to then like Berlin, you know, a city that
we could do all of Ireland.
Yeah, like, you could do all of Ireland for the sense of what the size of Berlin is, of like 4 million people, or just around 4 million people.
I also, going on to them being stupid, as you made, there is one other thing that I think about, because I was reading analysis of like scandals happening in Swedish politics at the moment. I won't get into them now. That's another episode. We'll probably have a guest. I don't know. And one of the things they talked about is Sweden is probably going to be this huge beneficiary of what is happening to like tech in this continent at the moment, right? Sweden has a lot of like tech workers. This is off the back of things like Spotify, and Spotify is off the back of things like Ericsson back in the day, like the phone company. And the thing that's happening right now is this like huge sovereignty push, which is actually being taken very seriously. There's a lot of like scammers in the space trying to take advantage of it, but it is being taken seriously. Europe's going to need to start building its own like software infrastructure real fucking quick. It has some of it already.
This is one of the weird things of like France understands this.
Yeah, France understands this. And the other thing is like also like Germany understands this. The German local governments have all moved to like open source, free from American interference, like equivalents for a lot of this stuff. It's imperfect. Oh, another thing I found out. Do you know who the biggest like fucking server provider in Europe is now? It's fucking Lidl. And do you know what fucking happened? Lidl was like, "Hey, we're bringing in like a loyalty card system, right?" Which they have. I don't know if they have it in Germany. They have it here. And it's like,
they have it here.
Cool.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. It sounds like,
I didn't have a Lidl right beside me in Berlin, so I never knew what they were doing. Anyway, and they're like, originally they approached they approached AWS, they approached Amazon, being like, "Hey, can we use your servers for the storage of all this data?" And AWS came back and said like, yes, but we can't guarantee that the American government won't get access to that information at some point. And fucking Lidl said, well, shit, no, we can't do that. So the parent company behind Lidl, which is also the parent company behind Kaufland and stuff like that, the name of them again? Hang on, I need to get this. Lidl parent company. Schwarz Group. Yeah.
In their Germanness, they built up data centers or servers.
Oh yeah, actually, let's see. Hang on. Let me just 1 second. It's gonna be worth it. So let me just. I'm sending you a picture of the Schwarz Group's logo, Nick, on Telegram.
Yeah.
Because some of those you'd recognize, right? Lidl, household name. Kaufland, it's in Germany.
Yeah. Schwarz Produktion, don't know what that is. Pre-Zero, don't know what that is. Schwarz Digits, don't know what that is.
Schwarz Produktion is basically, all the own brand stuff you get at Lidl and Kaufland, like they're the people who make it happen. Yeah. Pre-Zero is like kind of their like BO and green stuff, blah, blah, blah. Schwarz Digits is a server farm company that has been, first of all, has been around for like nearly, how long has it been around? I was looking into this recently. I was like, where the fuck did this shit come from? Schwarz Digits, 2001.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's an acquired Israeli cybersecurity company.
Hell yeah, in their Germanness. That's amazing.
And they are in charge of like the servers that fucking SAP is on.
Yeah.
And fucking Bayern Munich are also on it as well. So like it's taken it anyway. So Germany is also taking this seriously.
Yeah, Commerzbank as well is wow, that's insane.
Yep. So and that's like huge. Everyone was like AWS is like the real big.
Oh, it was founded by former Mossad agents. That's great.
Yeah, there's problems. It's still Europe. So it's this thing of like it is happening, right? And people acknowledge that it's happening. You're right. France is another country that understands this, but the country that has their dominoes in order, like set up for this, is Sweden. And it's just like, there's nothing stopping Germany from also having their dominoes ready for this. Like they just don't, because they're being stupid about it.
Yeah, this is, I remember now that this was because this is the reason why all of like Lidl and Kaufland are on the BDS list. Was because of this company. I remember that then someone explained it to me. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Did you make that up?
Yeah, right.
And I just never looked into it. I'm like, well, it's a German company. Sure, they probably like love Israel. And then I'm like, and then now I remember, now like my memory is being jogged of like, oh yeah, like this is the reason why they're on the BDS list.
Anyway, it's very strange. But we should talk about some of these other points and then we should get going. So the Deutsche Welle article on it, Germany's reform plan at a glance. And we'll skip over the doctor thing. So pensions. Implementing pension commission proposals, including a new investment-based element to Germany's mainly pay-as-you-go state pension system, and gradually raising the retirement age over the decades. So, not surprising.
Yay, I'm never going to retire.
This is something the CDU's been like talking about for ages, right? We need to raise the retirement age. Tax, giving households around 10 billion in annual relief, partly funded by raising the top tax rate from 45% to 47% for very high earners.
Wow.
A huge problem with that is like the top tax band in Germany is really low. So
it's confusing because it's like I talked with someone about this recently, and there is an extra high one that then's at 250,000 euros, but it's like a 1% difference. Like it's so stupid.
I think someone explained to me that that a teacher, it's possible to be a footballer and a teacher in the same tax bracket in Germany.
Yeah.
Like basically. Labor abolishing workers' right to obtain sick notes by phone, requiring medical certificates 1 day sickness. Yeah, we talked about that. Giving firms more flexibility on fixed term contracts.
Yeah, they want to remove those. Yeah.
Yeah. And dismissals for high earners. So you stay at your company long enough and your company rewards that with like, I don't know, even cost of living adjustments to your wages, then you might enter into a secret category called a high earner, in which they can get rid of you because you're just too expensive.
This is the thing too that's so funny is that then Germany in its like in the logic of the party for wealthy people, the CDU, they don't want people to actually make money. It's so like, because even the Republican Party does the fucking lying thing of like, oh, everyone can be a small business owner, this and that and that. The CDU is like, no. Our party is literally only for capitalists. If you're even an inspiring wealthy person, kill yourself before you get to the retirement that's never going to happen. Because if you make too much money at your company, we're going to throw you into fucking unemployment. It's so, even in capitalist logic, it is stupid.
Yeah, and it's also like goes against a lot of like German work and career culture, because one of the things that like, one of the reasons we've talked about this, Germany has so many like masters and PhDs, many of which can be fraudulent, is because
and you're BD in the CDU, exactly.
Apparently, it is the country that where having those degrees has the highest impact on your wage. So, for example, like getting a PhD in America doesn't have like a huge, substantial impact on average wages, but in Germany it does. Even at certain points, having a PhD can get you a wage that you could never reach if you just didn't have, and you just had like the year's experience in the workforce. So like all of that is just kind of being undercut by these measures, which will be a bit of a culture shock for, I say, a lot of people who live in Germany.
Yeah, and to the permanent contract thing, they want to get rid of them and have a 4-year maximum, I think, is it? Which is, again, really stupid.
No, that's again, that also just goes against Germany's economic model of like work for Siemens for the rest of your life, work for Volkswagen for the rest of your life. Like this is still a company man country. No,
which is fine. There's nothing like this is the thing.
Nothing wrong with
is that. Then
boring, but
Germany,
there's nothing wrong with it.
it is boring, but it's like Germany could have still like if Germany was a smarter country and they would have like again, like you've mentioned, if they would have then like countered the Chinese wave of China doing Germany better, Germany could have become like China.
Yeah, I think the way I just listened to fucking Adam Tooze talk about this, like while doing a conference in China about it. And he basically said that like the first China shock, Germany benefited greatly from, because they were like the ones, they were selling the like high end factory machinery to China.
Yeah, exactly. And they could have just specialized their economy around doing that type of machinery, or you can like you could offer in the sense of still a higher standard of living, being predominantly an export export driven economy with your like weirdly odd system of kind of mercantilism that you were doing this and that and that. And then you could have also then just like had the China thing of heavy state investment to like keep this afloat.
I think there was also like one of the ways I was thinking about it is like there's this inability to reckon with the fact that the good years in the German person's conception of what the good years were, which was actually during the first China shock, is inability to recognize that their economy was complementing China, it wasn't competing with it. And while I don't necessarily think, I think there's a distinct possibility that you can't go back to that exact model, the other side of it, or even could have continued it forever. The idea of maybe like, well, if we want the good years to go, maybe we just change our economy to complement what China's economy is now.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing, like, that's the thing too, is that then Germany got, like, when people are like, oh, Germany has the manufacturing sector, they must be making cars. It's like, no, not really. But like the pieces for cars, Germany still makes most of those. Even stupid things like Bosch is like making like spark plugs and dumb shit like that. Like things that you don't think about.
And we were selling during the first China shock, we were selling those cars to China.
Yeah,
like that was an aspirational middle class Chinese thing to get.
Or even in the sense too, if it's like you still have like major factories of like Continental, like a tire company and stuff like that. It's like Germany. Then sure, yes, there are BMW factories here, there are VW factories, this and that. But the fact of that, then that the main assembly of those very like the putting together and adding, labor cost to that is too expensive in Germany. But adding labor cost to small machineries and whatnot, or like very niche things, or like you said, the machines to make the machines, you know, like there's all these companies that people forget about, like Zeppelin and whatnot, that like make just like big machinery. And
Germany's not one for a consumer facing company.
No, exactly. And that's like that's totally, it's totally fine.
Someone
there
has to
doesn't
do it.
Yeah, some country has to make the weird little things that you don't think about, and Germany was that country for a while. And I think that then that Germany just was like, Germany was too high on its own like hallucinations of what its economy, what they thought it was, that now we're having that weird shock of like, oh, now all the factories are closing because we pretended that we were still actually making cars here.
Yeah. I'm gonna breeze through the rest of these real quick. We've got supporting strategic sectors, including cars, chemicals, medicines, batteries, semiconductors, AI, and clean tech. Clean tech is maybe something you could scrape back, because that was something that Germany and a lot of Europe was good at. The rest of it, and chemicals, yeah, sure.
Always good at
welfare.
chemicals.
Oh yeah. Tightening action against benefits fraud, yay, through more data sharing and stronger enforcement.
That's a sentence I don't like.
That's gonna suck. Speeding up electricity grid expansion and giving industry clearer grid connection timelines. All
right, that one sounds like a good one, so I will believe it when I see it.
Yeah. There's a couple in here that sound good.
That one's never gonna happen. That's like if it's something that then sounds like remotely a good idea, not complete fantasy.
Yeah. Trade, strengthening EU anti-dumping and anti-subsidy tools with more scrutiny of strategic non-European investment.
Oh, so China.
Yeah.
Moron country. What? Oh, yeah. Like go on. How are they shooting themselves in the foot even more?
Another sounds good, believe it when I see it. Housing, creating a federal housing company supporting affordable housing and easing mortgage finance.
Oh, so just Deutsche Wohnen again.
Yeah, or like be the buyer of last resort for all these mega landlord companies that are going under.
Like Deutsche Wohnen was in like 2008 or whatever it was. Yeah, so you've created another Deutsche Wohnen.
Yeah.
Go on. Again, that one is gonna. That right there is the biggest red flag of that's gonna get fucked immediately. If there's one scheme that the CDU cannot do right, it would be that.
Yep. The last one is titled Bureaucracy, cutting forms and reporting duties for companies and automatically approving some applications if those do not act within 4 months. Which, sure, feels like a little bit of a non-solution, really.
Okay, my citizenship application has been untouched for almost a year now. Let's
do you
do I get automatically approved now?
Could you imagine that's how they get brought down by the AFD, is like this law accidentally makes a bunch of people in the way.
It will. I get that one right there. I guarantee. This is the thing though, is that then it's like, this is going to be one of those things that you're going to hire an immigration lawyer for. And then they're going to be like, hey, by the way, there's this like new speedy process with bureaucracy. If they haven't, like, that is going to hilariously, that one's going to backfire on them.
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, that's the reform list. People are not happy. The pension one is sensitive. Obviously the doctor's notes is a lot of just, as we were talking about earlier.
Well, the funny thing, the funny thing with the pension one that I heard last night on Tagesschau was that then when they do polling for it, they find that people who are currently receiving retirement like it. Everyone else hates it, which is also just hilarious to me, because the one group that then does not in any way get affected by this is like, yeah, sure, that's a great, like, you are already receiving your pension and yet you want to limit that for everyone else. Like, Germany has an aging population. Please speed that up then.
Yeah. That's a story as old as time, but it's also just like, maybe we shouldn't ask them.
No, they shouldn't. No. Like, like they should never be polled for anything. I do not, anyone over the age of 65 shouldn't be polled. Sorry.
Sure.
Like, I'm not going to be expecting anything. It is every time that then I see that group of people, it is the most psychotic answer for everything. And I don't think it's because they're senile. I think it's because them in their retirement and their fucking, cushy bullshit that they grew up with just don't understand the world around them. It is that whole bullshit of that it's like, I bought a house for $20.
Yeah, and it's also just like, or maybe you should ask them a different question. Like, what if we asked them the question of like, hey, how would you felt if you had to wait, like an extra 4 years before you got your first pension payment?
Yeah,
like,
they would. Yeah, I doubt they would lie and be like, oh, I would pull my bootstraps up. It's like, you literally are the benefactors of the social welfare state, And it's that thing too of just like, it's the because Matt's constantly has the audacity to say that then it's like, oh, this country doesn't work enough, this and that and that. Like Germany possibly could get things like a 12-hour work contract, like 12-hour work day, things like that of that sort that could get significantly worse. And just entirely like just hilarious coming from a party of people that then have never had a real job. Like people.
What? BlackRock is an employer.
Oh, yeah. BlackRock is an employer. You're absolutely right. Yeah. I mean, it's the sense of it is like, I truly don't understand the world that these people live in. And it is very weird to me in the sense of that then it's like, sure, fine. You can always make the argument that there's like other countries within similar types of like a government to like a state to general population separation is always there. But it's truly phenomenal to me in the sense of that then it's like there is still like a large amount of the population of Germany that then will like die with the CDU. Yeah. Like there's so much political immobility in this country that it is truly insane to me when then people are like, oh, well, like, and I mean this solely in an electoral sense because we're talking about Germany, right? There's no actual revolution, like radical politics in this country as per se in a different European country. But yeah, like people won't budge a lot of the times from them voting into their sense of like, oh, whether CDU or the SPD or then just the new other party that's the exact same thing of the Greens that has popped up. Like any alternative politically that then is not this is just hilarious. I mean, or of course, Nazism is the only political alternative that's then feasible, right?
Yeah. Didn't Zara Wagenknecht offer her Go Nowhere party up?
You mean her Go Nowhere party that was only propped up by like literal Russian money? Yeah, sure, great.
I saw that she's offered to go into like preemptive coalition with the AfD.
Wow, what? Two Russian-funded parties working together? Crazy. Yeah, that was the thing too. Is that then it's like that was such a hilariously bad op. Like you can't tell me in hindsight the Bardella Wagenknecht was just like the laziest Russian op.
You needed a new party name. Like I'm gonna say it was 100% that.
That's no one wanted to say yeah. No one wanted to say what do they have a new name now because she like kind of stepped down from them.
Do they have a new name? I still think it's actually. I know she's.
Yeah, no, it's called like Bündnis Soziale Wohlstand or something like that. They changed it a while ago because she stepped down as the party head.
Oh, but they kept the acronym.
They kept the acronym, yeah. That's why everyone just refers to them as BSV.
I still got. Hang on, I'm going to their official website. Yeah, it just says BSV. Her face is still up. Actualis. No, what do I want? Do I want like the about section? Give me your name in full. I'm saying BSV everywhere. Bastards. I don't know. Anyway, that party's weird. We should do an episode on what they're up to right now because they're
they're about to like literally fall apart at this moment. So it would be a perfect time to talk about them.
Yeah. They're campaigning for. Oh, hang on. I have the news here, 29th of June. I think I have it here. Let's do the translate, make sure I got it right. Yeah, you might have to help me here, Nick. BSV vor det duell mit AfD.
Oh, they wanna have a debate.
They want to have a debate.
That's so they're so lame.
That's nerd shit. Shut up.
It's
All right, we'll do an episode on them in the future. With that, we will catch you.
Yeah, here it is. Name of the party in Bündnis Soziale Gerechtigkeit und Wirtschaftliche Vernunft. That's the new name of the party.
Okay, Sozialvorstand.
And it's gonna go into action in October of this year that they're gonna change the name of the party to that.
Right. Okay, that's why I'm still seeing.
Yeah. That's why you still see Bündnis Wagenknecht. I remember those saying this so that it was like, it was like Bündnis Soziale Gerechtigkeit or some bullshit. But the full name, Bündnis Soziale Gerechtigkeit und Wirtschaftliche Vernunft, is really, really rolls off the tongue.
Soziale Vorstand was better. You pulled a better one from your butt there. Like,
yeah, right?
Yeah.
So stupid.
Anyway, we gotta wrap this up.
We will see you on the
bonus feed.
Yeah. Goddamn Germany.
Goddamn Germany. All right. Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.